Among the world's most pressing needs, the most urgent of all is a plan for human survival. At present, no country or international body has one. What we currently have is a chaotic road to avoidable disaster, driven by 10 vast interconnected threats, which are currently all the result of human activity. The existential emergency in which all humanity now stands has been building steadily for over half a century. Our capacity to inflict mass harm on ourselves through our own actions has increased exponentially since the end of World War II. The science is in. We've wiped out 2/3 of the world's large animals. We're losing fresh water, topsoil, fish, forests, and other key resources at appalling rates. We poison everyone and everything on the planet every single day, especially our children. We are constructing weapons that can obliterate us many times over. We're shaping a climate that will render the Earth largely uninhabitable within a few generations. We are building dangerous technologies over which society has got no control at all. We throw away half our food and we wreck the planet trying to grow more. Every year, we try to cram another 80 million people into Lifeboat Earth, and this is driving all the other threats that I've described. We unleash new plagues every 2 to 3 years and spread them worldwide like wildfire. There have been 7 pandemics since 2000, a new plague every 2 or 3 years, as I say, and basically there are 90 diseases that have crossed from animals to humans in the last 30 years. And we lie constantly and continually to ourselves about all of this. If we don't face up to the truth, there is very little that we can do to fix it. These are not the actions of a wise species, or maybe even an intelligent one. Our governments and our corporations seem paralyzed, unable to grasp the magnitude of the overwhelming interlinked risks that are now engulfing us. The 10 megathreats that I have listed are all connected. That means they cannot be separated. None of them can be tackled on its own. They must all be solved together and in ways that make none of them worse. All of them are consequences of the sheer scale of the human enterprise. Overpopulation, overconsumption, overpollution, and money are the chief drivers. Mostly, they stem from the 101 billion tonnes of resources that we now devour every single year to support our lifestyle. That's 12 tonnes for each one of us. And the damage that this process unleashes on the planet and on ourselves. Now, the good news is that solutions to all of these threats already exist. That is why I've written How to Fix a Broken Planet, so that people will know that this complex problem is amenable to solution. They can be solved in ways that do not generate fresh perils or make other threats worse. We have the brains and we have the technology to save ourselves. The bad news is that we do not have the governments, the leadership, or the will to do so. No government on Earth has a plan for overcoming these risks and securing the human future, as the Council for the Human Future has warned. Most of them are not even aware of such a need. So poorly do they understand the messages of science over the past half century and more, and so effectively have selfish interests managed to mislead, deceive, and frustrate action. In How to Fix a Broken Planet, Cambridge University Press 2023, I explain the scientific understanding of these risks. But more importantly, I list all the main actions which governments, institutions, and individuals can take in their work and in their own lives to make ours a safer, more sustainable, and more enduring world. This amounts to a first draft for a plan of action, a world plan of action for human survival. I did it because nobody else seemed interested at the moment. Look, this isn't the complete answer. No book, no short book like this could possibly provide that, but it is an outline of what the world's wisest minds now consider we must do in order to survive. This is the advice of science. It's not my advice, it's not my opinion. I'm telling you what the best scientists in the world think we ought to be doing. It is showing that thinking and acting our way out of the biggest crisis ever to face humanity is entirely possible. Furthermore, it is positive. It encourages hope, prosperity, confidence, and opportunity. Among several hundred solutions proffered for policymakers, governments, companies, groups, and for individuals, here are the top dozen. They should not surprise anyone who has considered our situation objectively. An Earth System Treaty addressing all the catastrophic risks, open for everyone to sign. A ban on all nuclear weapons. An end to the use of fossil fuels to stem both climate change and global poisoning. A circular world economy that wastes nothing and reuses everything. Renewable food for everyone to sustain all humanity and reduce the threat of war. A Stewards of the Earth plan for rewilding half the earth, run by farmers and indigenous people. A Clean Up the Earth plan, including a new human right not to be poisoned. A World Population Plan, providing voluntary family planning for all. A World Pandemic Plan, to prevent and arrest the uncontrolled spread of disease caused by human behaviour. A Global Technology Convention, to oversee all the powerful new technologies before they are put to dangerous misuse. A World Truth Commission, to expose the liars and their lies to public shame. And an Earth System Currency, to try to correct the rape of our planet by an infinite supply of otherwise totally imaginary money. There are many other actions that must be taken to mitigate the dangers in which humans now stand, and most of them are explained in How to Fix a Broken Planet. At the heart of this, as I said, is an Earth System Treaty, a legal compact by which the world's people, not just its governments, but everyone, that includes you and me, which commits all of those who sign it to work for a habitable Earth and a safer human future by addressing all 10 of the great threats. It commits us to living within the safe planetary boundaries defined by Johan Rockstrom and his colleagues. The answers to the human emergency do not lie in business as usual, in government procrastination, in the corruption of public discourse, the poisoning or overheating of an entire planet, or the destruction of nature. They lie in employing the chief attribute which has distinguished human survival for over 1 million years: wisdom. That is the ability to read the future and take action in good time to achieve a better, safer outcome for everyone. Self-evidently, the world's governments, intent on the rivalries of yesterday, are not interested in this or able to achieve it. Instead, it must be driven by the wishes and concerns of 8 billion humans united in a desire for their grandchildren to survive on a world that hasn't been reduced to a charred ruin by human negligence and greed. Today we have the means. By 2030, all 9 billion of us will be online. We can, for the first time in our history, join minds across an entire planet to secure our future. This is without doubt the greatest and most noble undertaking in the long ascent of human aspiration and achievement. It is a task worthy of us all, and which cannot be completed without the cooperation of all. I urge you, I implore you to get behind it. The Earth is a lifeboat, sinking under the pressure of overcrowding and fearsome demand. We either row it to safety together, or we go down together. The choice is stark. It is before us now. Thank you for listening.